Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Let us continue our discussion on the NISM certifications. NISM is an educational initiative by SEBI, and I am sure all of you watched the last few videos where I have talked about the investor certification program, which is free for all and was introduced by SEBI in March 2024, followed by a research analyst and other basic level examinations that you all must give, not just to secure a great job in corporates, but also to be able to learn from the core fundamentals of what is required for a finance professional, a financial analyst, an equity research analyst, a portfolio manager, an alternative investment fund manager, etc. So the objective of these exams is to impart the knowledge which is required for you to get started in your respective areas of domain. So the first question that arises here is, which exam should I give, right? That is one thing you all struggle with. Well, let me tell you that which exam you should give depends on what area in finance do you wish to enter. So if you are on an entry level, let's say, and you are starting your career and you want a certification which provides for the authenticity of your knowledge, then going for the investor certification examination along with research analyst can be a good starting point, followed by equity derivatives and then mutual funds. Today, I'm going to talk about an examination which is again open for everybody, but yes, it requires some prerequisites and a basic foundation level understanding of the concepts in finance. Okay, so I hope that all of you can see my screen. And today we are going to discuss about the NISM Series 21B, which is the Portfolio Manager Certification Examination. Well, this certification is created or is founded to create a common minimum knowledge ground for whom? For the PMS firms, for the employees working in these firms, for the officers of the portfolio management services firms. This exam aims to enhance the quality of the portfolio management services. Well, what is portfolio management services is something I want all of you to do some research on and let me know in the comments about what is your understanding of these management firms and what do they really do. Okay, so on the completion of the examination, you should be able to gain a great understanding or a basic level of understanding on the basics of investment securities market, investment in stocks, understanding the fixed income securities. So when I talked about research analyst and investor certification, they also provided a basic understanding of how the securities market work, the equity asset class, and how do you derive the intrinsic value of equity of a company's equity using company analysis, industry analysis, economy analysis, or I can rather say a top-down approach where you are following the EIC framework to arrive at the true worth of the company. So that was majorly taken care of at the part of research analyst. Equity derivatives talked about risk management. It talked about how do you mitigate the risk by entering into a counter position in the derivative market, right? So this examination takes you to a little more on a higher level, wherein it talks not just about the fixed income securities, derivative and mutual funds, but it also incorporates how the portfolio management services firms work and what is the role of the portfolio managers in this entire setup. You will also gather an understanding of the various indices, the concept of information efficiency, behavioral finance, modern portfolio theory, equity, and fixed income portfolio management strategies. Well, don't worry, I will show you the workbook and walk you through the topics and the syllabus of the same. Understand the roles of the portfolio management. It is very fundamental to understand what your role as a manager, what your role as a research analyst will be, right? So when we talked about the equity research or the research analyst series 15 in the previous videos, I have particularly focused on the fact that if at all you want to learn research analyst, you must know what are your roles and responsibilities, and only then you will be better able to understand how are you supposed to fulfill the same, right? So we'll also understand what are the roles of these managers, the operational aspects of the portfolio management services, and also about the process of portfolio management, performance measurement, and how does the evaluation of the portfolio managers take place. We'll also get oriented to the taxation aspect and regulatory government and ethical aspects of the portfolio managers. So this is the basic objective of the examination, which SEBI must have felt important to impart to all of us who are ready to give this examination. Now, if I talk about some basic caveats or some basic objectives of this examination, well, I have already talked about the basic ones. However, in detail, we'll be having a look at the workbook. Then we'll discuss in a lot more detail. But as of now, if I tell you about the fee of this examination, it's 3,000 plus GST. So if you are aware of most of the other examinations, including research analyst, equity derivatives, they are in the price range of 1,500 to 1,700, including GST. This one is a little expensive, but again, this is not for everybody, right? It is open for all the individuals who are willing to give it, but you should only be able to give an exam when you have a keen interest in not just clearing it, but also utilizing the concepts you have learned in the booklet in your real life projects and in your real life professional careers, right? The number of questions again are 120, out of which for which you will be getting 180 minutes, which is 3 hours. Yes, you have 3 hours to complete 120 MCQs. However, yes, there is a negative marking, and the passing score is 90 marks, or 60% of the entire number of questions is what you have to, you have to answer correctly. The certificate is valid for 3 years, which means after 3 years, the validity would cease to exist, and you might have to reappear for the examination so that it is valid in any organization, institution that you wish to apply for a job or work in, right? So the structure is in a way that out of the 120 questions, the 90 questions are of 1 mark each, followed by 6 small case studies or caselets. Each case will have 5 questions of 2 marks each, which makes it 10 questions. Which makes it 10 marks, 5 questions, 2 marks each, 10 marks, and 6 case studies, so 60 marks. Now, 90 questions of 1 mark adds to 90 marks. However, and this adds up to 150 marks in the examination. Okay, so again, as I said, the negative marking is there. 25% of the marks assigned to the question will go to a negative on the negative side, which means for every one correct answer, for every 4 incorrect answers, you will lose one correct answer, right? So try and only attempt questions when you are partially doubtful or you completely know the answer. Do not answer just as a tukka, as we say. Tukka nahi lagana hai hame is exam mein. Okay, so this was the basic of this examination. And also, if you talk to me about some FAQs about this examination, well, if who can take this examination? Can I do it? I'm a fresher. Well, as I had already mentioned, you can do it, but try and do other examinations which would help you or which will support your your understanding and preparation of this workbook. So this shouldn't be a starting point for a fresher or anyone who's looking for a job. However, if you've already had experience in the finance industry and is aware about the terminologies associated with the securities market, definitely you can prepare for it and give the examination. So the principal officers of the PMS firms, the employees of the PMS firms, interested students, professionals, or any other individual can give the exam. There is no such eligibility. But yes, an authorized PAN card is required for you to appear for the examination. So only the candidates who have produced their income tax PAN during the registration would receive the NISM certification. Otherwise, you will not. It's important to register using your government IDs, and only then you should be able to register for the exam. I will also provide the registration link in the description below for all of you to have a look at. All these links I will provide there, or you can go to this website and also go do the same. Okay, so this I have already explained. 3 hours exam, 3 years of validity, 60% is the passing score. Total 150 marks, out of which 120 questions would be there. Now, these are the topics and the weightage in the examination. So for example, the highest weightage is from the chapters of risk, equity portfolio management strategies, fixed income portfolio management strategies, performance measurement and evaluation of the portfolio managers, right? Portfolio rebalancing, then we have portfolio management process, operational aspects of the portfolio manager. So this is already covered by me here in the objectives of the examination. So I hope that now you've got a good understanding of what the Series 21B Portfolio Manager Certification Examination is about. Now tell me how many of you are excited to know the each and every topic of the examination, the syllabus, and what all does it cover for you. Well, let me walk you through the workbook now, and let us discuss that further. Okay, so we would be talking about the NISM Series 21B Portfolio Manager Certification Examination. This is the workbook that you get once you register for the examination on the NISM portal. These booklets are otherwise also available. You can let me know if it is required. I will send it to you on your email IDs, or you can get added on my WhatsApp group where we have a particular group on the NISM certifications, which is curated so that all of you can discuss your questions, concerns, and doubts regarding these exams. So let me walk you through the syllabus now. It's a 400-page PDF, but don't get scared. It's roughly a 350-page PDF because other pages are just repetitive in every workbook, right? Okay. So yes, if I talk about the contents of this examination, it starts with investments. Then we move to introduction to securities market. We talk about investment in stocks. We talk about investment in stocks, investing in the fixed income securities, derivatives, mutual funds, the role of the portfolio managers, operational aspects of the portfolio managers, portfolio management process, taxation. We have regulatory governance and ethical aspects of of the portfolio managers. The various indices, what is an index, uses of the index, factors in differentiating the index methods, etc. Concepts of informational efficiency, behavioral finance. What is behavioral finance versus the standard finance that we all are aware about, right? How do individuals make decisions in the market? What drives their decisions in the market? Introduction to modern portfolio theory. Introduction to the capital market theory. Here we'll talk about the market portfolio, the optimal capital structure, the security market line, the KPM model जो आप सबने सुना होगा while preparing the VAC. Risk. What is risk? How do you measure the risk? Equity portfolio management strategies, fixed income portfolio management strategies, performance measurement and evaluation of portfolio managers, portfolio rebalancing, and finally, the outline and the weightage is also provided in the booklet. So I have the booklet. I would want all of you to have a look at it at your own pace. I'm happy to discuss any chapter that you find a difficulty in. Let me know, and let me know of any topic from this page of contents, and I'm happy to discuss the same with you in detail, right? So take a minute, take a screenshot of the contents provided on this screen, and let me know if there is anything you need apart from this. So there are roughly how many? There are 21 chapters, and out of the 21 chapters, it should ideally take you a month's time to read the booklet in detail and then come back to me with all the questions. So all the very best, take care, and I hope you would be attempting this exam at some point and will pass it in first attempt.